Hi, there, it's WB and welcome to World Broadcast YouTube channel. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button and press bell icon to never miss any latest news. Comey just broke his silence and drops crushing Anvil on Hillary in shocking turn of events. Disgraced former FBI Director James Comey, with his sanctimonious smirk and carefully worded answers, has no apparent plans to apologize to the twice-failed presidential candidate and perpetual sore loser Hillary Clinton for his famous public scolding in 2016 for her grossly negligent, extremely careless handling of classified information via an unapproved, unsecured private email server. In the recently released report from Inspector General Michael Horowitz, Comey was busted in an astounding display of abject hypocrisy for using a personal email account for conducting sensitive government business, which was inconsistent with the Dodge policy statement. What was Hillary being investigated for? Oh yes, using a personal email to conduct business. Well, gee whiz, because according to the report, the IG identified numerous instances in which Comey himself used the personal email account, a Gmail account, to conduct FBI business. Almost as if he found nothing wrong in what Hillary was doing because he was doing it all himself, along with the current president and it seems everyone else in Washington. National security? We don't need no national security. Meanwhile, Hillary, in an epic example of her lack of self-awareness and utter narcissism, took to social media to gloat. Except Ron DeSantis, FLR, was not having it. In a smackdown of epic proportion, DeSantis tweeted, "But bleach bit." A reminder to all of the extent of Hillary's duplicity. Yet Comey will not own up to his own part in this entire debacle, still making excuses. According to the Daily Wire, during an interview Tuesday at an event in Berlin, Germany promoting his memoir A Higher Loyalty, Truth, Lies and Leadership, Comey was pressed by moderator Holger Stark on the irritating detail about his emails from the IG report and Clinton's indignant response. Was it time to apologize to Clinton? Asked the moderator. No, and here's why, Comey replied sharply. Again, I don't want to criticize her, but it shows me that even at this late date she doesn't understand what the investigation in her case was about. It was not about her use of personal email system, and she didn't get that during the investigation. He continued, she used to say, well, Colin Powell when he was secretary used AOL. That was not what it was about. It was about communicating about classified topics on that system, when those topics have to be done on a classified email. Comey then explained how he used his personal email differently and concluded by saying he gets why people have tried to connect the two, but underscored that they are totally different things. Watch, but that's different? That's literally the story Comey is going with in his effort to minimize his own part in this giant coup attempt against the American people. Cope, you say? Isn't that a little strong? Well, look at this little timeline that might connect the dots on this hot mess and tell me what you would call it. U.S. Attorney Generals, Jeff Sessions, February 9, 2017, to present. Sally Yates, acting, January 20, 2017 to January 30, 2017, Loretta Lynch, April 2015, January 2017, Eric Holder, February 2009, April 2015 U.S. Deputy Attorney Generals, Rod Rosenstein, April 26, 2017, to present. Sally Yates, January 10, 2015 to January 30, 2017. James Comey, December 2003, August 2005 and again August 2003 to roughly December 2003, Larry Thompson, May 2001, August 2003, Robert Mueller, January 2001, May 2001, Eric Holder, June 1997, January 2001 Director of FBI, James Comey, September 2013, May 2017, Robert Mueller, Sep 2001, September 2013 Robert Mueller, Special Counsel for Russia Investigation, May 2017, to present. Note the continued recurrence of the same folks, almost like it is some sort of big club and you are not in it. Now from 2001 to 2005, there was an ongoing investigation into the Clinton Foundation. A grand jury had been impaneled. Foreign governments from around the world had donated to the so-called charity, except from 2001 to 2003 none of those donations to the Clinton Foundation were declared. None other than Comey himself took over the investigation in 2002. What a truly astounding coincidence. Lois Lerner, the same Lois Lerner that painted targets on the backs of every conservative, right-wing, Tea Party group seeking tax exemption, was transferred to the Internal Revenue Service to run the tax exemption branch of the IRS. Then, in an utterly startling twist of convenient coincidence, none other than the Assistant Attorney General of the United States, Rod Rosenstein, was running the tax division inside the Department of Justice U.S. from 2001 to 2005. Current Special Counsel Robert Mueller was director of the FBI during this time frame as well. What do these four people have in common? Each and every one was briefed and/or investigators on the front lines in the investigation into the Clinton Foundation. Still just coincidence? Not convinced? Fast forward to 2009. Comey leaves the Justice Department to go and cash in at Lockheed Martin. Hillary Clinton is now running the State Department under the Obama administration, on her own personal email server, by the way. The uranium one issue comes to the attention of Hillary, and like all good public servants do, looking out for America's best interest and all, cough. She decides to support the decision and approve the sale of 20% of U.S. uranium to none other than the Russians. Naturally, the American people lost. It seems to be par for the course, but just a business deal, right? Nothing to see here. Or was there? Just prior to the sale being approved, Bill Clinton makes a little jaunt to Moscow and returns $500,000 richer, all for the bargain of giving a one-hour speech and blessing Vladimir Putin with his presence for a few hours. The FBI then placed an internal mole in the midst of the money laundering and bribery festivities. Mueller is still the head of the FBI and was apparently so very dedicated to selling out his own country, he even personally delivered a uranium sample to Moscow in 2009. And guess who handled this case within the Justice Department out of the U.S. Attorney's Office in Maryland? Why, it's Rod Rosenstein yet again. It's like deja vu. And I bet you will never guess just what happened to that FBI mole. Well, in an effort to thank him for his service, the Dodge placed a gag order on him, threatening to lock him up if he ever decided to have an attack of conscience and speak out about it. It's an interesting turn of events, an utter anomaly of statistics and probability, right? I mean, just how does 20% of the most strategic of U.S. assets end up in Russian hands when the FBI has an informant tapped and ready to testify regarding insider information on the entire criminal enterprise? Well, in yet another staggering twist of mere coincidence, a mysterious $145 million donation was made to the Clinton Foundation from entities directly connected to the Uranium One deal. Just out of the goodness of their hearts, I'm sure. Lois Lerner is still at the IRS heading up the charitable division. Then in 2013, Comey becomes FBI director, magically securing 17 separate no-bid contracts for his employer, Lockheed Martin, with the State Department. Comey was rewarded with a $6 million thank you present when he left. Incredible negotiation on those no-bid contracts, huh? Wink. Wink. Now Comey is the FBI director in charge of the Clinton email investigation, though naturally, he gets his good buddy Lois Lerner off after the FBI investigates that little IRS matter. Nope. No crimes here. Nothing to see. Move along. Now fast forward to 2015. Due to a series of unfortunate events in Benghazi and after the 9 different separate and distinct investigations conducted by the House, the Senate, and the State Department, Trey Gowdy ran a 10th investigation after being named as chairman of the Select Committee on Benghazi. Gowdy discovers Hillary ran the entire State Department on an unclassified, unauthorized, unsecured, personal email server. He also discovered through the course of his investigation, the 10th one mind you, that none, zero, zippo, nada, Zilch was turned over of those emails when she departed from her public service as Secretary of State, which was required by law. Additionally, Gowdy also discovered top-secret information contained within her personally archived email. Then there was the cover-up from the John Kerry-led State Department. Delay, delay some more. And everything humanly possible was done to cover up for Hillary and her criminal endeavors, likely because, as the IG report recently revealed, Comey was an active participant himself, as was former President Obama. In April 2016, Comey drafts an exoneration letter of Hillary Rodham Clinton, all while the Dodge hands out immunity deals like candy. No convening if a grand jury. Nothing. Hillary exonerated on July 8, 2016 by Comey himself with a little help from his friends in a move the IG referred to as insubordinate and in defiance of authority. Rosenstein then becomes the Assistant Attorney General, and Comey gets fired based upon a letter by Rosenstein. Comey then leaks government information to the press, and their good buddy Mueller is assigned to the investigation into the whole Russia debacle. But Comey did not do a blessed thing wrong. His situation was different. And the malfeasance in Washington continues. Pick a crime, any crime. Visa abuse, political espionage. You name it. All the same players, same bad time, same bad channel, same corruption, hopelessly compromised, conflicted without a shred of integrity in sight. And magically not once in its 20-plus years of operation has the Clinton Foundation ever been audited by the IRS. Zero, none, nada, zilch. However, the tables have turned. Comey himself is now under investigation by the IG's office, and it seems he wants to talk. One only wonders how much more will be revealed about the ongoing crime spree in Washington. Please don't forget to like and support our channel by press subscribe button. Thank you for watching.